everybody and welcome back to my channel. I've got a super exciting video. This just arrived! The NikkieTutorials palette! I haven't even opened it yet. I'm scared. I'm just going to open it. I'm so excited. I've never been this excited for a palette in my entire life. Oh, look at that! I've even got the... Oh, it's the pop socket I wanted as well. You get a free pop socket. I've never been more excited for a palette. This is the only palette that I've, like, jumped to get, if you get me. Like, even the James Charles palette, I didn't get it till it was out for a few months because I wasn't that bothered. This is, like, one of the only palettes that I've, like, literally sat and waited by my phone until it went live, and yeah. I'm so excited. Oh my god! Here she is! So beautiful. I didn't realise, it looks like stars almost, and that's kind of embossed. Is that the word? What does it say at the back? Hello guys, it's me, Nikki, hello. I'm beyond excited for you to finally see this, my palette in collaboration with Beauty Bay. I am so grateful for this opportunity, and this time we're doing it right for everybody. This palette truly showcases my life and personality. You guys know that I'm all about bright and unique makeup looks, but this palette also shows a different, darker side of me. I can't wait to see the looks you'll create, from dark and mysterious to bold and uniquely you. This palette is my safe place, my temple, and this would have never happened without the support of my glow babies. I love you. Oh, Nikkie's so cute. Imagine if I got one of the signed ones. Probably won't, but... Oh, and there's a little card, and it's got, like, the shade names and stuff on. And it's kind of got what they are. Here it is! Everything's just, like, glittery. Like, this bit's glittery here. That just says the same it said on the back. Oh, there's the plastic. Oh, look how cool it looks! This is so exciting. It's even more gorgeous in person. All I know is I really want to use the shade Pride, which is this kind of one down here. It's like a duochrome one. That's it, just throw it everywhere. I'm not really sure what type of look I want to create. See, I love the shade Plot Twist, which is this baby blue, but I feel like I've been doing pastels a lot lately because I've got the Beauty Bay palette. I've got the Beauty Bay Pastels palette, and I know it's going to be a similar formula. Part of me wants to do something with kind of like these shades. I am more drawn to the shades on the light side. That's just me though. I might do something like sunsetty with like this corner and then put that in. At the same time I want to use the shade Mika because of the meaning behind it. Her little brother Mika died a few years ago. I think it was of cancer, and his favourite colour was red, so she's done a red. Okay, so I'm gonna insert clips of me doing the swatches now. Okay, so this is the top row. As you can see, like, the swatches, they're good. They aren't the best, but Nikki did say in her video that, like, not to go off swatches, and I do really agree. And here is the second row. As you can see with both rows, the shimmers are a lot more, like, visible. And with this row, some of the shades were a little bit kind of not the best, but I don't really want to judge it from that. I also love the concept of the mirrors. So this mirror is just a normal mirror, and this one's like a magnifying mirror. I just love that concept. I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows, like, very quickly because I'm too excited. I've literally been waiting for this. You guys have no idea. So when I say it just arrived, I mean literally just arrived. I picked up the boy brow. I don't want to use the boy brow. Should I try and like use this to actually do my brows? That doesn't look half bad. Okay. I just love the names as well. There's a shade called Blend and Snap, like the Bend and Snap from Legally Blonde. And obviously it's the pink shade. I love that. I've never been this excited over a palette. I was even on, like, I signed up, so I kind of got access to it before it was released. What's that even called? I don't know, but like, I think it was released at 6 PM in the UK, like UK time. And I got an email at 5:30, I think, with like a special code so I could pre-order it kind of. And yeah. Okay, that will do for my eyebrows. I'm too excited. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to go in with my Revolution Conceal and Define just to prime my eyes. And I'm not going to like set it or anything because this is like a pressed pigment palette and they work better with a tacky base. I've also cleaned all my brushes, like, go me. Oh, the beauty blender's still wet. I don't like using a damp beauty blender, fun fact. Okay, to begin with, I'm just going to go in with the shade Zoma. Yeah, I think in her video she said that was like What's the language he speaks? Amsterdamish? No. Netherlandish? From her language, I think I meant summer. It's like kind of a muted peach. It reminds me of strawberry and banana smoothies. I'm just going to kind of pack that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so pigmented as well. I expected nothing less from our queen. And there's no fallout on my face so far. There's a tiny bit in the pan, but like it's nothing major. And I thought I do expect it with like, look how pigmented that is. But you know, you kind of expect it. Okay, I just wanted to put that down as a base. I'm not going to do a base, so look, don't worry. I think what I want to do is like a halo eye, maybe. Okay, now I'm just going to go with the shade Redemption, which is the orange colour up here. It's like a tangerine orange, just on the same brush. Kind of pack that into my crease. Okay, that one's not showing up as much, but it's probably because I'm layering it. There it is. I do want to just say, like, I did layer it, but like, look at the difference, you know? And that shade, there was no fallout in the pan at all. Look how crazy that looks. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Vla, the yellow one. And I'm just going to go over the edges to kind of help blend that out. But yeah, it's done the job, you know. I'm also really excited that I got the pop socket I wanted. Where did I even put it? Yeah, I did want this one because it just matches my aesthetic better than the darker one. Because there was like two, you know, to match the different sides. I've never even had a pop socket, you know. How do they even work? Oh, I just got a yellow on my joggers. See, there is kind of fallout in the pan, if you can see. But like, it's nothing major and none of it's on my face, to be fair. Okay, so now I've got whatever this is going on. I think I'm going to go with the bend and... I'm going to say bend and snap on it. I'm going to go with the blend and snap, which is the pink shade kind of here. Look at that shade though. So pretty. Okay, I do have fallout like on my face. See, like, whenever I'm looking at it, I'm just like kind of trying to work out what it's doing, but then on this eye you can see like the difference, you know. Just gonna pack that on. I'm not bothered about being too neat at the moment. If you can hear children screaming, it's because I live across the road from a primary school and the children went back to school today. Also meaning I don't have anyone in my house, which is lovely. I'm really enjoying it. Alright, I'm gonna go in with the tiniest bit of the shade Miko, which is the red one. Just because I feel like I need to, and put that just focusing in my crease. I feel like I have to use this one, you know, because of the meaning behind it and stuff, because of her brother. Okay, I'm going to do a halo eye. I had this vision of doing like a halo eye and kind of trying to blend it out. So I think I'm going to do that. Take my concealer again and... I was going to say cut the crease, but it's not cutting the crease. Do the shape. I'm really great at describing things, aren't I? Okay, so I think I'm going to go in with the shade Pride first, which is that gorgeous one at the bottom. I'm going to go in with my finger to do that because I feel like it will work better with a finger. Oh my god! Do you see that? Oh my goodness. What the frick? That shade is stunning. Stop it. Oh my god. God, it reflects blue. I have no words. Okay, I'm gonna go cut the crease and do that on the other eye. I honestly think the Beauty Bay palettes are underrated. Like, people always buy like the Mitchell ones, you know, the Nikkie ones. I'll be buying those, but the actual palettes themselves that they do, you get like 45 colours I think for £23, which is pretty good. And like the price point on this obviously was a bit more expensive. I think it was £25 and you get 20 like shades. But obviously you are kind of paying for the collaboration as well. She just didn't have to slap this hard. Did she realise that? Like, she didn't have to do this. I feel like I'm deceased. Okay, yeah, I'm obsessed. That is beautiful. Okay, part of me wants to use one of these two. This one's kind of like a more rose goldy one, the sort of thing I'd use as a blush. It's got like gold reflex and this one's a bit darker. See, I feel like I'm gonna go in with Aurora just because that one's drawing my eye. I'm just gonna try the brush at first because it needs to be a tiny bit neater. I'm gonna kind of put that on the edges, like the sides of where I put the shade Pride. Yeah, she's gonna need a finger too. These types of colours always work better with a finger though. I'm just going to try and be careful. Look at that though, that's gorgeous. Oh, I can't get over these shimmers. Beauty Bay have such a good formula for shimmers and mattes, to be fair. Beauty Bay honestly kill it. Petition for Beauty Bay to open shops. That would be cool. I'm just going to go in with a bit of that blend and snap shade just on the edges to help kind of blend everything together. I'm going to leave it there because I will be like packing every single colour onto my eyeball. I'm just going to go in and clean the edges up. I don't even know what I'm going to do on the lash line. I kind of want to do something like, try a colour I haven't used yet, you know, but at the same time, like, I feel like I look like a mental person. I did have some fallout from especially the shimmers, but I did expect that. And like, if you see, like, I've got loads of pink here. But you know, like when they're this pigmented, I did expect it to, you know, have fallout. I always kind of prepare for palettes to have fallout because if they're going to be pigmented, then you can't just have the pigment with like, you know, no fallout. Oh, it was like so much better once you've cleaned your eyeshadow up. Alright, I'm just going to quickly do the rest of my base. You all know the drill with my base, you know. I'm going to mix a bit of these two because I have faked hand recently. Can't remember when, but pretty recent. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter in 1.5. I'll put a little bit more of that in than the other one that I used, the Maybelline one. This is the Maybelline 24 Hour Super Stay in shade 32 Golden. This actually isn't even that dark, but like I have to mix because like, I can't just have that because they do look orange. This is like the perfect cocktail for me, this is. And like it's like a really good formula. Both of them like stay on my face all day, so when I mix they stay on my face all day. They work really well together. Also makes me feel less guilty about the fact I've got a £30 odd foundation, however much the Too Faced one was. Too Faced Urban Decay. I always get confused with Too Faced and Urban Decay. Is that just me? It's because like in Debenhams, which if you're not from the UK, it's a shop we have, and they sell like beauty, kind of like Sephora and that sort of thing. Urban Decay and Too Faced are always like together. And when I was a lot younger, I used to like get confused with them. I used to think like, literally like this palette, like Too Faced was this side and Urban Decay was this side, because Urban Decay was a lot darker than Too Faced. Just the aesthetic and the general vibes. I don't know, was I just like a weird child? Probably answer yes. Yeah, see that's like perfect colour for me. Still very pale, but yeah, I'm going to go with my concealer. Just a little bit. You know what, I'm starting to love my under eye bags. Is that a weird thing to say? Probably. I'm going to give myself a facelift with this because Lord knows I need it. Oh, this beauty blender's so wet. Yeah, I washed all my brushes yesterday. Well, I said I did, my sister did. Yeah, it's not child labour. She loves washing my brushes. She did it a few weeks ago for me. I was tidying out like my entire bedroom and she really wanted to help. And then I didn't know what to like make her do because like I had to sort through loads of stuff. I was like, you can clean my brushes if you want. And she was really happy to. I just hate using a damp beauty sponge. It feels so weird. I feel like it just makes it look odd. Look at that, that's not right. Okay, I'm going to set my face. Oh, that looks quite glowy. My RCMA No Colour Powder, which I'm loving this. I'm using this often now. Honestly, loose powders are the way to go. Like, they are a bit messy, don't get me wrong, but they're just so much better than like pressed powders. Just like I never thought I'd be a loose powder sort of girl, but here I am. I do cake this on my face, as you can tell. Look at that. All my palettes actually look like this. I put a tiny bit of the shade Slasher on, like really close to my lash line. Maybe, question mark. Yeah, I think I might do that. The shade Slasher, which is like that dark one, it's the one on the dark side. I'm scared. I'm just gonna do that really close to my lash line. Like that. I do not know how much shade I'm going to use to blend that out, but that's okay. See, part of me wants to use the shade Redemption because I feel it would tie in well, but I've already used that shade. Should I use the shade Plot Twist? That would be a plot twist. I said I wasn't going to use that shade, but I think I might. And you know what? None of you can stop me, because by the time you're watching this, it'll be like too late. I've got full rainbow on my eyes. I should put the green somewhere. That could actually be a shout. Put that, like, the green shimmery one all out, which isn't really green and shimmery, but in some lights it is. Put that in my inner corner. That could be a shout. Is that wanting to blend out? I think the answer is no. This isn't wanting to blend out. I think that's the most blended I'm going to get, but I like that. That blue didn't show up great, but I think it's because obviously, like, my under eyes are set. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to go in with the shade All Out, which is like, it's kind of like goldy, bluey, greeny reflection. It's amazing. Like, look at that. And I'm going to take a tiny bit on like a little tiny brush and put it on my inner corner. Like, I might need to put down base, or might need to use my finger to be fair. Oh no! What? That's insane. Like, in some lights it looks purpley, then in others it looks like green. Okay, I'm obsessed with that. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to finish off the rest of my face quickly. Okay, I do actually have new palettes to use. So Pixie Beauty kindly sent me some palettes. I got these on Tuesday. I've got 4 palettes here. 2 of them are eye ones, but I'll show you them all anyway. So this is Rosetta Ray. This is kind of like a rosy one, which is really pretty. Obviously, I'm not going to be using the eye ones in this video, but they are kind of more face appropriate ones. This is Hazelnut Haze, which is gorgeous. These are like perfect kind of for autumn. It's like my 2 autumn moods. To me, this kind of screams like face palette. You know, you've got like a highlight, blushes, bronzer, and then there is another one, but I'm not sure. I know the highlights will probably both be too dark for me. I think I'm gonna dip into the Honey Nectar palette, and I'm gonna put a tiny bit of this shade here, which is called Syrup, and I'm gonna use that as a tiny bit of bronzer and contour. I think it might be too cool toned for me though, and they've got nice big mirrors, which I like. I'm being so careful, trying to like get as little product as possible. I literally picked up so little, and that's such a nice contour, to be fair. Okay, dipping into the other palette, which is the Nuance Quartet. I'm gonna go into the shade Rosewood, because I feel like that's kind of, it looks quite pink toned, to be fair. That is quite pink toned. I'm not the biggest fan of that as a bronzer. I'm just going to go with my normal bronzer, which at the moment I'm using this one, which is the Miss Lynn Beach Please one in Holiday Hooray, which is just what I'm looking for. In these palettes that are blushes, I'm not sure which ones to go. Like, this one is Calling My Name, but like kind of, so is this one. This one's kind of way more like baby pink, whereas this one's kind of, I don't know how to describe it, you can't even see it. I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of this one. So this is from the Honey Nectar palette, and this is the shade Ambrosia. I love that word, Ambrosia. I'm just gonna pack that on. Oh, that's pretty. That's giving me such a nice glow. I might go in with a tiny bit of the pink at the top, just like the tiniest bit, which is called Nectar, just on the apples of my cheeks. Well, that's pigmented. And like I said, both of those highlights are too dark for me. But I think I might use eyeshadow from the Nikkie palette to highlight, because I do that often. I need Ivy at the top. I might try and do a bit of that. It might be too chunky, but it looks less chunky than the others. And I know with some of the Beauty Bay palettes, like the Jordan Lipscomb one, like the more you kind of blended it, the smoother it got, you know, the less chunky. So I'm just going to get a tiny bit of that. Or you can see like chunks of glitter. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, that's so glittery. Can you see that? I mean, it's not advertised as a highlight, so, you know. But a girl can try. Yeah, like, you can see how glittery that is. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm going to put a tiny bit of my Wet n Wild highlight over top. I'm really liking pink highlights at the moment. I don't even know what it is. My lips are so dry and crusty. You can tell winter's coming. Ooh. I'm just going to whack some mascara on. I can't get over these shimmers, guys. I'm going to use my number 7 gloss, which is looking like it's seen better days. This is in the shade, I don't even know, this is like a peachy shade. What shade are you? I will put it in the description box, you know, with everything else. And that's the finished makeup. Alright, I'm going to do a close-up on the eyes for you now. Honestly, this palette has performed incredibly. The shimmers were a lot better than the mattes. But that's kind of, I think it's because I didn't use a proper base, you know, like Nikkie recommends, and I used a concealer. And concealers normally work fine for me, but I think it could be even better with a normal base. I'm just obsessed. Like, the packaging is so incredible, the formula, the design. I think she killed it. I think it's worth the £25. Christmas is coming up, so maybe ask someone to get it for you, but sooner rather than later. So I know a lot of people didn't manage to get it on the first launch because it was launched on like a bank holiday Monday. A lot of people do get paid on the 1st of every month, which was like the day after the launch. So I know a lot of people didn't get it. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, should I get it? I think yes. Because, like, I think yes if you like colourful makeup, but if you don't, then maybe it's a bit pointless for you. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.